Should I start?
You can start.
Okay. Where do you work as a paralegal?
I work at Grimby and Thatcher in Percy.
And what is your specialty as a paralegal?
For 17 years, I specialized in estate planning, adoptions, and finalizing estates. Right now, I specialize in municipal law.
Okay, great. And what do you like about being a paralegal?
I like helping people with the adoption process. It's very rewarding. I also like doing estate work. And in the municipal department, it's very interesting because we're helping residents of the community with, things that come up with property owners. So I like that, and it's very interesting.
And what are the challenges in being a paralegal?
It's very time consuming. The hours are long, but it's flexible in some ways because there's always work the next day.
Mm-hmm.
So it's ongoing projects that take years.
And so where did you go to college?
I went to Temple University in Philly, and then I transferred to Bucks County Community College where I got my paralegal certificate.
Oh, okay, great. And have you ever considered becoming a lawyer?
I did consider becoming a lawyer about 11 years ago, but I never followed through with it.
Is it because there's a lot of schooling, or is it just do you like the paralegal work better?
I like the paralegal work, and it was just too much schooling to go on for another 4 years.
Yeah.
With already having 2 children.
Yeah, that's understandable. So do certain specialties in paralegal pay better than others, do you know?
Yes, estate law and municipal probably pay the most.
Okay.
They're the highest positions at the company where I am and at the company where I was.
Okay, great. And what hours do you work?
Right now I work from 8:30 to 5 at the present, but we have, you can manage your own time.
Oh, okay.
So,
like based on the deadlines you have?
Based on the deadlines, we manage our own time, but they're my hours currently.
Great. And why did you want to be a paralegal?
I wanted to be a paralegal because I was very interested in the adoption process, and I wanted to be able to finalize the adoption. So I became a paralegal, which turned into estate law and municipal law.
Okay, great. And tell me about a time you had to organize and analyze a large volume of data in order to prepare a report by a tight deadline.
Well, I work for the township, so we do decisions, which are due every 45 days.
Mm-hmm.
So it takes about 45 days to prepare for one that's due, and they're due by 5 o'clock on the 45th day.
Oh.
And that's usually when we're finishing them.
Yeah. So, yeah, that sounds like it's a lot of the times that you have to organize your deadlines and everything.
Yes,
like that.
Everything has a timeline, and we organize it, building up through the time period that we have for that allowed project. But projects do come in that sometimes are due in 3 hours.
Oh, wow.
And you have to find a way to get them done.
Like use your time management skills.
Use time management. We have 57 employees where I am right now.
Oh, wow. That's
so we have a lot of people that can help out,
mm-hmm.
When we're in a time crunch.
Yeah, that's good that there's a lot of people to help. And how do you ensure accuracy of your work?
My boss checks everything that goes out for my entire department, which consists of probably 57 people. It runs through him before anything leaves the door.
Oh, okay, great. And tell me about your experience dealing with confidential and sensitive information.
Everything is attorney-client privilege communications, so we're not allowed to talk outside of the office, giving like names or things like that
mm-hmm.
To anyone.
Mm-hmm.
Even our family, we're not supposed to talk about it. Just the people who work we can discuss cases with.
Okay, cool. And why do you want to specialize in the area of law that you have decided?
Well, I just switched jobs. So for 17 years, I did adoption and estate law, and I just switched to a municipal department, and I really like it. So I think I'll be there for a little while.
That's good.
Yeah, where I am now, they own 2 buildings, so on the other side of the street is estate law,
Oh, okay.
and on my side is municipal criminal.
And do you all kind of work together? Is it?
Everybody works together, but we're broken up into about 4 or 5 departments.
Oh, wow. That's great. And so kind of describe your ideal work environment when you go into your workplace.
Well, we have time management, so every day when you go in, you have to put your time in plus your boss's time for the day before. Okay. So everything you did, you write out, put it into a time entry, which is checked by 3 other people to make sure we didn't miss any time.
Oh, okay.
And then after that, we go into a dictation program. It's called Speech Exec, where attorneys speak and it comes up on your computer what they want you to start doing for the day.
Oh, okay.
So you'll work off of that, and as things come up through the day.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, everybody has a morning routine of, their
So you
jobs.
pretty much know every day what you're going to be doing.
I know
the
what
rest
I'm
of the day.
doing every morning.
Yeah.
I'm going in and doing stuff from the day before, plus the speech exec that was left on the computer for you. And when you're done, your direct boss's speech exec, you can pick up other people's. There's always 27 folders if you run out, not that you ever run out of anything to do, but if you want to help someone else, you can just go into their folder.
Oh, that's really cool.
And start working on their work. Like if someone's on vacation in my department.
Oh, okay.
All of that has to be done first. We do a lot of advertising for townships. So if an ad has to go out, their deadline's 3:00. So that has to be prepared and sent over.
So that's like part of the things that you could work on too.
That's part of like the morning routine. Is if an ad has to go out that week, even if it's for someone else in our department, we all pitch in and get the ad out.
Oh, okay, cool. And let's see, how do you organize your workload in order to manage multiple tasks and tight deadlines?
I manage my workload by what has to go out for that day. So I know that time has to be entered into our juris system, because if you don't put your time in, you don't get paid.
Right.
So then I work off of projects that have deadlines. For example, if we're running an ad. Tomorrow I know that we are running 2 ads this week, so I need to confirm them first thing in the morning to make sure that they're going out in the paper or check the paper. And then I'll pick up on 3 other projects that we're working on through the township that are due by Wednesday.
So basically, like, whatever's most, like, mandatory for that time, you work on first.
We work on first. And we have table charts at my work, so we know what projects are coming up, when their deadlines are, and what needs to go out for review.
Okay, great. And let's see, how has your education prepared you to work as a paralegal?
While I was going to school, I got a job working for a law firm in Doylestown, which is where I was for 17 years. So it was very good to be working and going to school. So I could get a feel for what the job really was.
Yeah.
Because I'll be honest, it's different when you're just going to school than when you're really doing it and getting involved. So doing the job and going to school was really helpful because I knew, more what they were talking about
in class.
Yeah. Now, I was fortunate that 2 professors worked at the law firm where I was.
Oh, wow, that's awesome.
So I got a little bit extra out of working there.
Yeah.
So, definitely if you can get a job while you're going to school, that's really where I learned everything. They took me in I was probably into the program maybe for 6 months.
Oh, wow.
When they offered me a job.
Wow, that's awesome. Yeah, because they said in class that, we need to have experience. A lot of it's about experience when you get a job. So I think, that's good when you have schooling and if you have experience working in the field too.
It really, really helps.
Yeah.
Even if you start out answering the phone somewhere.
Like receptionist or anything like that. Yeah.
It'll lead to something else.
And what areas of law are you most interested in?
I'm most interested in estate law because I find it very interesting.
Yeah.
But I do really like the municipal law that I'm doing now. We work for the townships. My direct boss is solicitor for 12 different townships.
Wow.
So it's very interesting.
Yeah.
So, I think I'll stay with that for a little while, but I do plan to eventually pick back up on the estate, doing the estates.
Very nice. Okay, well, that's all the questions I have for you. So thank you very much for your time. Okay, just it's fine.